So if you want to go ahead and start in a seated position today. So if you have a prop, a pillow, or a blanket, you're welcome to elevate the hips up on a prop. You can bring one foot to a hip crease, that's half lotus. If you're feeling really open, you want to start in full lotus, maybe bring both feet to both hip creases. That takes a lot of time. So it might feel best to just stagger your shins here. And this opening pose should be a gentle hip opening pose, nothing too intense. Think of stacking your head over your heart over your hips. Maybe imagine there's a string at the base of the spine pulling all the way up through the crown of the head. Relax your shoulders back and down. Open the palms. And if it helps ground you, bring your thumbs to your index fingers. And maybe close your eyes. And as you settle in,
recording in progress.
And as you settle into this position with the eyes closed, just take a moment and bring your awareness to your breath. Without worrying about trying to control the breath at first, just simply invite your mind to ride the wave of your breath, noticing the quality of your inhale and observing the quality of your exhale. Notice if your breath is fast, slow, shallow, deep. Just simply observe your breath. Notice how it feels throughout the whole body. Then take a moment, mentally scan from your head to your toes, and notice how you're feeling physically in this time and space as you scan from your head to your toes. And now take a moment, turn inward. Silently acknowledge and accept how you're feeling mentally and emotionally today. Let go of any notion of how you think you should feel or how you would like to feel, and give yourself permission to honor and accept how you do feel mentally and emotionally. And after checking in with the breath, the body, the mind, the heart, gently place your left hand on your heart, your right hand on your navel. Take a moment, honor yourself for showing up to practice yoga today, to refine the body, mind, and spirit for your sake and for all the lives that you touch. And when you're ready, I invite you to join me for 3 deep cleansing breaths. Take a deep inhale, expand through the belly, feel the pressure of the hand on the navel. Then fill up the ribs, the chest, feel the pressure of the hand on the chest. Pause, hold your breath at the top. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Next time, take an even bigger breath in. Expand more through the belly, more through the ribs, the chest. Pause, hold your breath. And as you exhale, think of releasing physical stress. Next time, take a deeper inhale, expand more through the belly, more through the ribs, the chest. Open the mouth, sigh it out, release any emotional stress. One more, deeper inhale, expand through the belly, the ribs, the chest. Pause, hold your breath. Before you exhale this time, maybe see if you can sniff in a little more air. Open the mouth, exhale, release any distracting thoughts. And now I invite you to practice Ujjayi breath. You can relax the hands back on the thighs if that's most comfortable. Keeping the eyes closed, we're just shifting from cleansing breaths to ujjayi breath. So seal the lips, gently constrict the throat. Take a deep inhale through the nose. A long breath out through the nose. Take a deeper inhale through the nose. A longer, slower breath out through the nose. And continue to deepen your inhales and lengthen your exhales, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. As you think of an intention for your practice, maybe set an affirmation that is physical, mental, emotional, or a combination. And here's a quote for inspiration. Continue to breathe deeply as you listen. Yoga is an invitation to explore, not command performance. It speaks the language of the soul. In the flow of breath and motion, yoga encourages us from the confines of the unknown, across the silent threshold into vastness. Yoga is the union of prayer and movement, guided from inside. It is healing and the joy of saying yes to life. Breathe, relax, and feel the body receive its own truth. The seed of freedom flowers within each of us whenever we are open to what's real. If these words resonate with you today, maybe set an affirmation such as, I am open, I am expanding, I am exploring. Any quality that you would like to cultivate for the next 3 breaths, I invite you to silently recite your intention, your mantra, 3 times for 3 breaths. And after the 3rd breath, the 3rd mantra, you're welcome to open the eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, cross your ankles, roll over your shins, plant your palms, and make your way to tabletop. Stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, fingers spread wide. And we'll start connecting breath to movement with cat-cow. Inhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back and down, lift the head, gaze up to cow. Exhale, untuck the toes, round the spine, press the mat away, chin to chest, cat pose. Do several more rounds. Inhale, lift the hips, the heart, the crown, gaze up to cow. Exhale, round the spine, press the mat away, chin to chest, cat pose. And keep moving and breathing like this, finding your own rhythm, your own pace. I encourage you to explore ujjayi breath as long as you can sustain it throughout practice. Breathing in and out through the nose to calm the nervous system and activate your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and restore mode. And I also encourage you to keep the eyes closed as much as you can throughout practice to really focus on your unique inner experience. Continue to breathe and move through your cat-cows at your own pace, your own rhythm. Inhale to cow and exhale to cat. Think of releasing tension in the shoulders, releasing tension in the upper back, opening through the neck. And then when you're ready, make your way to a neutral tabletop. We're gonna open the shoulders and hips a little more. Take a deep inhale, reach your right arm forward, and exhale, circle your right arm all the way up and around, then plant your right hand. Inhale, reach your left arm forward. Exhale, circle the left arm up and around, and then plant your left palm. Inhale, straighten your right leg back behind you, stretching through the calf, pressing into the ball of your right foot, pressing your fingertips down and forward. So you should really feel a nice calf stretch here. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out. And on your next inhale, float the right heel, keeping the right toes facing down. And exhale, draw your right knee towards your right tricep, and then lower it back down. Other side, inhale, straighten your left leg back behind you. Press into the ball of your left foot. Press your fingertips down and forward. So you should really feel a nice stretch in the left calf. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out. And on your next inhale, float the left heel. And exhale, draw your left knee towards your left tricep, and then back down. Inhale, reach your right arm forward. Exhale, circle it up and around. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, circle it up and around. Inhale, straighten your right leg back. Exhale, circle the right knee to the right tricep and back down. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, left knee to left tricep and back down. So option one is to do a couple more rounds just like that. Or if you really want to pick up the intensity and work the core, option two, take a big breath in, tuck the toes, and exhale, float the knees an inch up off the mat, hovering tabletop. As we go through the same motions, maybe see if you can keep the knees lifted. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, circle it up and around. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, circle it up and around. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, circle it around. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, circle it around. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, circle it around. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, circle it around. Inhale, right leg back. Exhale, circle it around. Inhale, left leg back. Exhale, circle it around. Now take a deep breath in and exhale, lift your hips, lower your heels, downward dog. So pressing the fingertips down and forward like you're trying to press the front edge of the mat away from you. Rotate the inner arches of the elbows forward. Press the shoulders away from the ears, knit in the ribs, gaze at the belly. Pressing the heels down and out towards the earth. If it feels good, pedal out the feet, bending one knee and then the other, really stretching the calves and stretching the hamstrings as you pedal the feet. Or maybe sway your hips side to side a few times, rock your head. Explore any subtle movements that feel good to you in this down dog shape. And enjoy your breath here. Then take a moment, find stillness in your downward dog. Take a deep inhale, lift the heels, round the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae to plank. Hips line with shoulders, shoulders over wrists. You always have the option of assisted plank, lowering the knees. Either way, hips line with shoulders. Pressing the mat away from you. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, use the core, navel to spine. Lift your hips, press your heels deep into the mat to get that calf stretch. So now we'll do a few more rounds just like that, flowing between those shapes. Inhale, lift the heels, round the spine to plank or assisted plank. Exhale, lift the hips, lower the heels, downward dog. Inhale, lift the heels, round the spine to plank or assisted. Exhale, lift the hips, lower the heels, down dog. Again, inhale, rotate to plank. And exhale, down dog. Inhale, look between your thumbs, and exhale, tiptoe your feet towards your hands until you arrive at a forward fold. Keeping a soft bend of the knees, feet should be 2 fists apart, and make sure your feet are straight, making an 11. Inhale, halfway lift, fingers to shin, shoulders back and down. Exhale, fold. A few more like that. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine, flatten the back. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now grab the inner arches of the elbows and just hang heavy. Maybe sway a little side to side. Shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Releasing tension in the calves, the hamstrings, the low back, the shoulders, the neck. And as you breathe into this full body stretch, notice any thoughts in your mind. If your mind is trying to cling to any worries of the past or future, see if you can let those thoughts go. Allow your breath to ground you to the present and to anchor you to your intention that you set for yourself. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, slowly curl up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly stacking your heart over your hips, your head over your heart, making your way to mountain pose. So make sure your feet are still 2 fists apart. Make sure your feet are straight, making an 11. Toes spread wide. Root through the heels, lift the kneecaps, driving the tailbone down to the earth. Practice hugging the low belly in and up on your exhales to keep the core engaged. Roll your shoulders back and down. Reach down through the fingertips. Feel the chest open. Lift through the crown of the head. Feel this alignment and breathe. Take a deep breath in. Swoop the hands out and up. Exhale, grab your left wrist, side stretch to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, grab your right wrist, side stretch to the left. Inhale, back to center. And exhale, cactus the arms, open the front of the chest. Inhale, interlace your fingers behind you, close your fists. And exhale, bow, crown to the earth, fist to the sky. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, release your hands down the legs in front of your feet. And now we're going to twist. Inhale, bend the right knee, press your right fingers in front of your foot. And exhale, left arm reaches high. So the right knee is bent, the left leg is straight. Pressing the left hip back in space. You should feel a nice opening in the left hip and the left shoulder. Inhale, see if you can open up a little more. And exhale, forward fold. Other side. Inhale, bend your left knee, press your left fingers in front of your left foot. And exhale, right arm reaches high. Twist the other way. Opening through the right hip and the right shoulder. Inhale, open a little more. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to do that same sequence again, one breath to movement. Inhale, root to rise. Swoop the hands out and up. Exhale, grab the left wrist, side stretch to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, grab the right wrist, side stretch to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the chest. Inhale, interlace the fingers. And exhale, bow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release your hands in front of your feet. Inhale, bend the right knee, left arm reaches high, twist. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the left knee, right arm reaches high, twist the other way. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Same sequence one more time. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, open the chest. Inhale, interlace the fingers, close your fists, and exhale, bow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale, bend the right knee, twist to the left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the left knee, twist to the right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms under your shoulders, and step your right leg back to a runner's lunge. So stacking the left knee directly over the ankle, fingertips frame your left foot. Inhale, get a little lighter on the fingertips, and exhale, lower your back knee down. We're going to lift and lower the back knee a few more times. Stay light on the fingertips. Inhale, right knee lifts. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift the right knee. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale, keep the right knee lowered. Inhale, swoop your hands up, Anjaneyasana. So keep the tailbone tucked, the navel in, shoulders back and down. Now take a deep breath in, and exhale, swoop the hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, draw your fists back behind you, and exhale, draw your fist towards the left side of your waist. So you should feel a nice stretch in the front of the right shoulder. Now, if you want to work the calf, maybe try lifting up off that left heel, balancing on the ball of the left foot. That requires more balance. If you want a nice neck stretch here, take your left ear to your left shoulder as you stretch the right side of the neck and open the right shoulder. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Deep breath in, long breath out. One more, deep inhale, and exhale, release. Lower the left heel. Inhale, draw your fists back behind you, and exhale, release your hands to frame your left foot. Inhale, plant your right palm underneath the right shoulder, and exhale, left arm reaches high. Easy twist. So option to stay here, or if you want to activate the pose more, option to lift up off that right knee. We're going to do some thread the needles. Inhale, open the front of the chest, and exhale, thread the left arm underneath the left thigh, reaching your left fingers toward the upper back, opening the upper back. We're going to do a few more. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, left arm reaches high. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, left arm reaches high. And exhale, thread the needle. This time, inhale, left arm reaches high. And exhale, plant your left palm. Lift up off the right knee. And step your left foot to your right, downward dog. Take a deep breath in, a slower breath out. Inhale, look between your thumbs, step your right foot, runner's lunge. Exhale, left foot to right, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Swoop your hands out and up. And exhale, hands to heart. So now we'll explore that same sequence just on the opposite side. Inhale, swoop the hands out and up. Exhale, side stretch to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, open the chest, cactus the arms. Inhale, interlace the fingers behind you. And exhale, bow. Crown to the earth, fist to the sky. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, release your hands. Now twist. Inhale, bend the left knee. Right arm reaches high. Twist. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the right knee. Left arm reaches high. Twist. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms. This time step your left leg back to a runner's lunge. Stacking the right knee over the ankle. Slide your fingertips back to frame your right foot. Fingertips directly underneath shoulders. Inhale, see if you can get a little lighter on the fingertips. Exhale, tap your left knee down. Inhale, lift the left knee. Exhale, tap it down. Inhale, lift the left knee. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now inhale, swoop your hands high on Janayasana. Right knee over ankle, tailbone tucked, navel in. Shoulders back and down. Focus the eyes on something still. Take a big breath in and exhale. Interlace your fingers behind you. Close your fists. Inhale, draw your fist back. And exhale, draw your fist towards the right side of your waist until you feel a nice stretch in the front of the left shoulder. Now, if you want to work the calf or challenge your balance, option to try lifting up off the right heel, balancing on the ball of the right foot. If you want a nice neck stretch here, inhale, right ear to right shoulder, and exhale as you deepen the stretch, just holding here. Opening the left side of the neck, opening the left shoulder. 3 breaths, deep breath in, long breath out. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Deep inhale, long exhale. Inhale, lower the right heel, reach the hands back, and exhale, release the hands to frame your right foot. Inhale, plant your left palm underneath the shoulder, and exhale, right arm reaches high. Easy twist. Maybe stay here, or if you want to activate the pose more, maybe tuck your back toes and float the back knee. We're going to do some thread the needles, opening the front and back of the shoulder and chest. Inhale, open the front of the chest, and exhale, thread the right arm underneath the right thigh, reaching your right hand towards the mid-back, opening the upper back. A few more. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, right arm reaches high. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, plant your right palm, tuck your back toes, lift up off the back knee, and step to downward dog. Take a deep breath in. A slower breath out. Inhale, look between your thumbs, step your left foot there, runner's lunge. Exhale, right foot to left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Swoop your hands out and overhead. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And I invite you to close your eyes for the next few breaths. Just take a moment and notice how you're feeling outward. Observe how you're feeling inward. If your mind has wandered, bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, back to the intention, the affirmation you set for yourself. And when you're ready, you're welcome to open the eyes, and we'll do some Sun Series B. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, reach the hands up, chair pose. So check your alignment, make sure the knees are directly over the ankles, tailbone slightly tucked, navel in, shoulders back and down, really reach through the fingers. See how low you can sink your hips, how high you can reach your hands. And as you sink your hips low, reaching your hands high, maybe take a moment, think about how high you can reach when things in life pull you down. Inhale, sink the hips lower, reach the hands higher. Hold for an exhale. Inhale, sink the hips lower, reach the hands higher. Hold for an exhale. Inhale, sink your hips to your lowest, reach your hands to your highest. And exhale, straighten the legs, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, plant your palms, step or float back to plank. Lower the knees, draw the elbows into the ribs, lower your chest and chin, hips stay raised, 3 push-ups. Inhale, push the torso up. Exhale, elbows to ribs, lower chest and chin. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower chest and chin. One more. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower chest and chin. On your next inhale, sink your hips, open your chest to cobra or up dog. Shoulders back and down. Tops of the feet press into the mat. So option 1, cobra just like this. Option 2, up dog, straightening the arms, shoulders back and down, lift through the crown of the head, tops of the feet press into the mat and maybe float your knees. Now take a deep inhale, exhale, tuck your toes, use your core, option to press up to plank or tabletop. Then lift your hips and lower your heels, downward dog. Inhale, look between your thumbs, step or lightly float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step or lightly float to plank. You can lower the knees like we did last time, or maybe this time keep the knees lifted. Try 3 push-ups. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower down in one line. Inhale, push up. Exhale, elbows to ribs, lower halfway. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lower. And on your next inhale, untuck the toes, open the chest to cobra or up dog. Exhale, use the core, tuck the toes, lift the hips, navel to spine, down dog. Inhale, look between your thumbs, step or see how lightly you can hop to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. I'll show you one more variation. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, plant your palms. You can step or float back to plank, or if you want more of a challenge, try floating straight back to chaturanga. Elbows over wrists, shoulders line with elbows, then maybe do some double push-ups. And on your next inhale, open the chest to cobra or up dog. Exhale, navel to spine, tuck your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Inhale, look between your thumbs, bend your knees, step or float, and if you're working on your float, try kicking the heels to the hips as you float to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. So now I invite you to join me for 3 more rounds of Sun Series B. Find your own variation. Remember all your options. You can lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. You can do double push-ups or not. You can try stepping to the front or floating to the front. Most importantly, try connecting 1 breath per movement. We'll pick up the pace. We'll do 3 more rounds. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or float back to plank. Maybe do some push-ups. Inhale, open the chest, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, travel to the front, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Go through your own variation. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, hands to heart. 1 more round. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. And I invite you to close your eyes for the next few breaths. Take a moment, take inventory. Notice how your breath feels, how your body feels. Notice what's going on in your mind. Let go of any thoughts that may not be serving you well. Let go of judgment, inner criticism. Let go of expectation. Bring your awareness back to the intention or affirmation you set for yourself. And now we'll proceed through a variation of Sun Series B, adding on some more poses. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, go through a vinyasa, or you can always just step back to down dog. Vinyasas are optional. Inhale, float the right heel high to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw your right heel to your hip and open the hip. Open the quad. Try to find more length through the left side of your body. Now we're gonna work this left calf. So inhale, lift the left heel towards the ceiling, and exhale, press the left heel deep into the mat as you stretch the calf. A couple more. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, press it deep into the mat. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, press it deep into the mat. 1 more. Inhale, lift the left heel. Exhale, press it deep into the mat. Now inhale, lift the right knee higher to the ceiling. Then exhale, circle your right knee toward your left shoulder and then the right. And we're going to do a few more circles. Inhale, right knee to ceiling, keeping the heel to the hip. And exhale, circle the right knee to the left shoulder and then the right. Again, inhale, right knee lifts high. Exhale, circle the right knee to the left shoulder and then the right. 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Circle the right knee to the right shoulder, then the right. Now hold here, drawing the right knee to the right shoulder. Take a big breath in. Exhale, slide the right knee down to the right wrist. Inhale, tap the right knee to the left wrist. Exhale, use the core, slide the right knee to the left shoulder. We're drawing a box with our right knee. Inhale, right knee to right shoulder. Exhale, slide it down to the right wrist. Inhale, right knee to left wrist. Exhale, press the mat away. Right knee to left shoulder. Inhale, right knee, right shoulder. Exhale, slide it down the arm. Inhale, right knee to left wrist. Exhale, right knee to shoulder. 1 more. Inhale, right knee, right shoulder. Exhale, slide it down. Inhale, right knee to left wrist. Exhale, draw your right knee to your left shoulder. Then inhale, right leg back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw your right knee to your nose and step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. So keep the right knee over the ankle, the tailbone tucked, the navel in, left heel over the ball of the left foot, shoulders back and down. Focus the eyes on something still. Now take a deep breath in. And exhale, shift your weight to your right foot. Draw your left knee to your chest. Inhale, step your left foot back to crescent lunge. Exhale, shift your weight to your right foot. Left knee to chest. We have 3 more. Inhale, step the left foot back, crescent lunge. Exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, step the left foot back. Exhale, knee to chest. 1 more. Inhale, step the left foot back. Exhale, left knee to chest. Now hold it there. Take a big breath in. Exhale, twist. Left arm back, right arm forward. You can take the right hand on the outer left thigh, calf, or maybe take the right hand on the outer left foot and see if you can straighten your left leg. Gaze at your left thumb. Steady your gaze, steady your breath, steady your mind. Now take a deep breath in, a long breath out, deep breath in. Exhale, let go of your left foot. See if you can keep the left foot floating, and we're going to pulse the left foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, swing your left leg back. Find warrior 3. So, reach your arms forward, press your left foot back like you're pressing into a wall. Focus the eyes down on the mat. Deep breath in, long breath out. Deep breath in, exhale, bow, standing split, drawing the forehead to the shin, lifting the left heel high, hips stay square. Inhale, lift the left heel higher. Exhale, curtsy squat. Bend the right knee, left knee behind the right. We have 3 more. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, curtsy squat. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, curtsy squat. 1 more. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, curtsy squat. Now slowly slide the left knee down the right calf and then sink your hips. We're going to twist. Inhale, reach the hands high, and exhale, twist to the right. Maybe plant your right palm behind you. Hook your left elbow on the outer right thigh. Inhale as you lift up taller through the spine. Exhale, twist deeper. Gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale, lift up taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, lift up taller. Exhale, twist. Maybe hold here for a few breaths, or take your left hand in between that little window you made with your right thigh. Then bring the back of the right hand to the low back and reach for your fingers or wrists. So this is an optional bind. Deep breath in, long breath out. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Inhale, reach your hands high, and exhale, plant your right foot on the side of the mat. Press your hands into the mat, step back to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Take a deep breath in, long breath out. Now we're going to explore that same sequence on the opposite side. Just do the best you can. Take modifications if you need them. Inhale, float the left leg high to the ceiling. 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw your left heel to your hip. Open the quad, open the hip. Now, keeping length through the right side body, we're going to work the right calf. Inhale, lift the right heel high. Exhale, press the right heel deep into the mat. Inhale, lift the right heel high. Exhale, press it deeper into the mat. Inhale, lift the right heel high. Exhale, press it deep into the mat. Now inhale, lift the left knee higher. Exhale, circle your left knee towards your right shoulder, and then the left. A few more. Inhale, left knee lifts high, heel to hip. Exhale, circle the left knee to the right shoulder, and then the left. Again, inhale, left knee lifts high. Exhale, circle the left knee to the right shoulder, and then the left. Now hold here. Left knee to left shoulder, we're gonna draw those boxes. Inhale, slide the left knee down to the left wrist. Exhale, tap the left knee to the right wrist. Inhale, use the core, press the mat away. Left knee, right shoulder. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder. Couple more. Inhale, left knee to left wrist. Exhale, left knee to right wrist. Inhale, left knee, right shoulder. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder. Again, inhale, left knee to left wrist. Exhale, left knee to right wrist. Inhale, left knee, right shoulder. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder. Inhale, left leg back, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw your left knee to your nose. Step your left foot between your hands. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. Left knee over ankle. Right heel over the ball, the right foot. Tailbone tucked, navel in. Shoulders back and down. Now focus the eyes on something still in front of you. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, shift your weight to your left foot. Draw your right knee to your chest. We're going to do a few more. Inhale, right leg back, crescent lunge. Exhale, shift the weight to the left foot, right knee to chest. Three more. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, hands reach high, and exhale, twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. Now take your left hand on the outer thigh, calf, ankle, or maybe take the left hand to the outer right foot. Straighten your right leg as much as you can. Focus the eyes on your right thumb. Steady your gaze, steady your breath, steady your mind. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale, let go of your right foot. See if you can pulse the right foot for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, swing your right leg back as you lean forward to warrior 3. Pressing the right foot back behind you like you're pressing into a wall. Eyes focus on the mat, body parallel to the mat. Now take a deep breath in, and exhale, bow, standing split, forehead to shin. Try not to open the hip like half moon. Try to keep the hips square, that's the hard part. Leading with the right heel. Inhale, lift the right heel higher. Exhale, Shiva squat. Bend the right knee behind the left. 3 more. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Shiva squat. Again. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Shiva squat. Inhale, standing split. Exhale, Shiva squat. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale, slide your right knee behind your left calf. Then sink your hips. Moving on to a nice twist. Inhale, swoop the hands up. And exhale, twist to the left. Plant your left hand behind you. Right hand on the outer left thigh. Should feel good. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, twist deeper. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, twist deeper. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist deeper. So maybe stay here for a few more breaths, or if you want to try a bind, reach your right arm in between that little window underneath your thigh, and then reach your left hand back behind you. Grab your right fingers or your wrists. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Slower breath out. Inhale, swoop the hands up, plant your palms underneath the shoulders, left foot to the outer edge of the mat, and just step back to plank. Lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, look between the thumbs, bend the knees, step or float, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs, hands to heart. And I invite you to close your eyes for the next few breaths. Just take a moment, take inventory. Notice how your breath feels, how your body feels. Notice what's going on in your mind. Let go of any thoughts that may not be serving you well. Let go of any judgment, inner criticism. Let go of expectation. Bring your awareness back to the intention, the affirmation that you set for yourself. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in, lift up off the heels, balance on the balls of the feet, reach your hands forward, and exhale. See how slow you can lower your hips on your heels, using your core for stability. Just slowly lower the hips on the heels. Now, see if you can try a couple twists here. Bring your hands to your heart, take a big breath in. Exhale, left elbow to outer right thigh. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale back to center and exhale, twist the other way. Right elbow to outer left thigh. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Inhale back to center and exhale, gently roll onto your hips. Straighten your legs, making our way to boat pose, Navasana. Shoulders back and down. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Inhale, lift up tall through the spine. And exhale, bow deeply, opening the hips, deep inhale, slow exhale, deep breath in, long breath out. Inhale, lift the head over heart, heart over hips, and exhale, close the knees like a book, plant your feet hip width apart, bring your palms behind you. So we're going to transition to reverse tabletop, which is a heart opening pose. So if you'd like to take a moment, think about any specific qualities that you would like to invite into your heart space today. Be mindful of that, then take a big breath in, press into the heels, lift your hips until you feel a nice stretch in the front of the chest, the heart space. Eyes on the ceiling. See how high you can lift the hips, pressing firmly into the mat with the fingers and knuckles. Option to lift up off the heels. And as you breathe into this heart-opening pose, maybe think of inviting specific qualities into your heart. Maybe qualities like compassion, love, patience, forgiveness, resilience, hope. Deep breath in, long breath out. Inhale, lift the hips a little higher. Exhale, slowly and gently swing the hips between the hands. Try to keep the hips floating here. Maybe lift up one foot, maybe lift up the other. Keep the hips floating for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down. Inhale, reach your hands high, and exhale, bow forward. So really flexing through the feet, stretching the calves and the hamstring. Maybe grip the mat on either side of your feet, or if it's accessible, grab your feet. Inhale as you lengthen more through the spine, and exhale, bow a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, lift the head over heart, heart over hips, hands reach up. And exhale, bring the back of your left hand to your low back. Bend your right elbow, reach your fingers towards each other to clasp. And if they don't clasp, just make the effort. Deep breath in. And exhale, bow forward, but keep reaching for your fingertips. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale, gently release, switch sides. Inhale, left arm up. Right hand behind the low back. Bend the elbows, reach your fingers towards each other to clasp. If they don't clasp, make the effort. Inhale, lift up tall. And exhale, bow forward. Keep reaching for your fingers. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Deep inhale. Exhale, gently release. Inhale, reach your hands forward. And on your next exhale, see how slow you can curl the spine all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Take a deep inhale, draw your knees to your chest. And exhale, rotate the knees to the right, gaze to the left, twist. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, knees to the left, gaze to the right, twist the other way. Deep inhale. Longer exhale. Inhale, knees to chest. And exhale, grab the outer edges of the feet and stretch the legs. Happy baby. Maybe play with straightening one leg and then straightening the other. Maybe straighten both. Take a moment, tune into your body, any stretches or movements your body is telling you it needs. Honor that for the next few breaths. And whenever you feel ready, I invite you to bring your feet together, lower your feet beneath your hips, widen the knees, and grab the inner arches of the elbows up overhead. Close the eyes. Deep breath in. Longer breath out. Allow your breath to grow longer and deeper. Allow your breath to self-soothe and self-heal. Send yourself gratitude for your practice, for showing up, working hard, maybe trying something new, maybe pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Prioritizing self-care and self-growth for your own sake and for others. Maybe bring your awareness back to your intention now. And whenever you feel ready, gently extend your legs long. Allow the toes to rotate outward. Allow the hands to rest on either side of your hips. Open the palms, close the eyes. Completely surrender to gravity in Shavasana. Allow the body and the mind to absorb, integrate, and heal from your practice. Yoga is an invitation to explore, not a command performance. Yoga speaks the language of the soul. In the flow of breath and motion, yoga encourages us from the confines of the known, across the silent threshold into vastness. Yoga is the union of prayer and movement, guided from inside. Yoga is healing and the joy of saying yes to life and all its challenges. Breathe, relax, and feel the body receive its own truth. The seed of freedom flowers within each of us. whenever we are open to what's real. Gently bring your awareness back to your breath and back to your body. Maybe gently circle the wrists, circle the ankles, rock your head, inviting gentle movement back into the body. If it feels good, on an inhale, do a full body stretch. And as you exhale, gently roll to one side of the body, keeping your eyes closed and your awareness inward. Gently press yourself back up to a comfortable seated position, back where we started. And with the eyes closed, as you come to a seat, just take a moment. Notice if your breath feels any different from when we started. Take a moment, observe any subtle shifts in your body, your mind, your mood, your energy. Perhaps reflect on your intention. I'll do 3 cleansing breaths, and the third time I'll chant Om to seal our practice with peace. You're welcome to join. Deep inhale, fill up the belly, the ribs, the chest. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, fill up all the way. Nice long cleansing breath. Inhale for Om. Bring your hands to your heart, and if you'd like to join me for one final moment of gratitude, just think of one thing in your life to feel grateful for today. And allow this grateful feeling to grow, fully wash over you. And may this grateful feeling carry with you. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice and trust, hard work with me. I hope you feel challenged, worked out, stretched out, calm and centered. If you have any questions or comments, concerns at all, please feel free to type a message, or if you have any requests for next time, feel free to type a message. Otherwise, have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Have a great day, Joy.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, you too.
Recording stopped.
Hello, everyone. I'm moving a little closer so you can see me. Please let me know if you have any questions about what we did today. I have time to hang out for a while. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns about yoga, about meditation, mindfulness, the sequence we did, if I can provide any additional help, I have plenty of time to hang out today, so let me know. Oh, thanks for joining, Dante. Thanks for joining, Cloud Dude. You might have questions another time. Okay. Take care, Mopar. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Dead Tom. Afraid I'm going to have to head out for an audition. Oh, great. Well, I hope the yoga was a nice warm-up for an audition. I love practicing yoga before auditions. Dragon Official. Best followers, primes, and viewers. Okay. War 3 Row 3. Hello. I wonder if Belisa's still there. Mopar. You're sore, but in a good way? Okay. As long as you're sore in a good way. You're welcome. You're so welcome. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to provide a live stream yoga sequence, and it will be all levels, and it'll be different each time because I think it's really good for the body and the mind to have variety and change. So each session will be a little different. So if you're a beginner, it might feel a little overwhelming and awkward at first. But the more you practice, the more it will start to feel really good, and you'll really enjoy moving with your breath and feeling alive in your body. It just takes time. But I'm going to hang out for a little while. Oopsie. In case anyone else pops on with questions or anything. So Mopar, if you're a beginner, do you have any questions about what we did? If I can provide any additional support, I would be happy to. You're as flexible as an old tree. Yeah, well, then be patient with yourself because this is challenging. It takes a lot of time and practice to get really good at it. So just be patient with yourself. That's and even if you're just relaxing and breathing, you're still doing yoga. Even if you're just relaxing and taking deep breaths and kind of finding your own modifications of the poses, you're still doing yoga. So yoga is really just about being mindful and connected to your breath, your body, and what's happening in your body and your mind. So if you're doing that, you're doing yoga. So whether you're an old tree or not, any practice is better than no practice. And I always say doing something a little wrong is better than not doing it at all. So even if you're feeling really awkward in the poses, simply making the effort of getting into those poses is really good for you. So it's not necessarily, don't worry so much about getting your pose to look just like mine or getting your pose to look perfect, but making the effort to get there is just as valuable as actually getting there. As it's late here, I mentioned earlier I struggle with migraine constantly. Yeah, so migraines, a lot of times that's related to dehydration and inflammation. So I would recommend drinking a lot of electrolytes like coconut water. Coconut water has potassium, a lot of electrolytes for hydration, coconut water, regular water, of course. Try the inflammatory tea or do some self-massage. So take your right index finger and your thumb and then massage this part of your hand. That right there is a pressure point that can help with headaches. Also, massaging your temples, massaging your whole head, your jaw, also massaging your ears have pressure points. Your feet also have pressure points, but anytime you can incorporate some self-massage, I learned a lot about that in my Tai Chi teacher training. So anytime you can do that is really, really beneficial for you as far as reducing headache. Taking long, deep breaths. So deep breaths in through the nose and deep breaths out through the mouth. Counting the seconds of your breath. So maybe inhale to the count of 5, hold for 4. Exhale to the count of 7, hold for 4. That can really be beneficial for just activating your parasympathetic nervous system, which is what's related to healing and restoration. So anytime you can deepen and slow down your breath, it can help with any issue that you need healing with. Does that make sense? Ouch, ouch, I have fallen and I can't get up. Send help. Oh, thank you, Dante. Cloud Dude. I guess Cloud Dude has left us. Oh no, you're still there. Okay. But yeah, let me know if you have any other questions. I'm going to call you Cloud. Or maybe just Dude, whatever you prefer. Yeah, if you always slow down your session and maybe just do part of what I'm doing, right? Maybe just do the upper body. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, instead of doing all the leg work, maybe just do what my arms are doing. Maybe just do the upper body. Or maybe just do the lower body. Or maybe just do part of a pose. Or find a different modification that feels better for you. So everything I share in these sessions will always be optional. So I always just say, do the best you can, but we all have a different edge. We all have a different threshold and a different limit. So in yoga, our limit or our threshold is called the edge. And the idea in yoga is you do want to push yourself out of your comfort zone, but only to the point of subtle resistance, not pain. So honoring your own unique edge, and your edge is going to be different from everyone's. So honoring your unique edge is really important. Thank you, Dante. She talks good. Yes, that's what people say. Yeah, and slowing down at the beginning of practice is also a really good idea. That's why whenever I teach, I always start with just connecting with the breath, taking long, deep breaths, because the breath is the most important thing. And once you activate your breath and the mind-body connection, then you can start connecting breath to movement. But taking it slow at first is always good. Any tips for old joints to make them move better? It's a great question. So all the movement we did, anytime you do circles with your joints, that helps generate synovial fluid, which lubricates the joints. So for instance, at the very beginning, that's why I did this at the very beginning. We did these arm circles, and we did these hip circles, because that releases synovial fluid in the shoulders and the hips. Hydration, though, is also very important. And but yeah, anytime you do circular motions, like if your shoulders are tight, if your neck's tight, or wrists, circling the wrists, circling the ankles, just gentle circles, and hydrating a lot. is also very, very important. You can also take supplements like glucosamine chondroitin or Boswellia, Bosweilla. That can be helpful for repairing joints and ligaments. So you might want to just research those supplements. Glucosamine chondroitin, collagen. I was about to say collagen. Absolutely, Belisa. Belisa's super smart. Belisa is also really into fitness and health, so she knows a lot. Collagen is really good for your joints, absolutely. The Thorne brand is a good brand for collagen. Collagen's good for repairing muscle tissue and anything. It's kind of my job, right? Yeah. Belisa works in the health and wellness industry, and she has a job interview coming up at a doctor's office, so wish Belisa good luck. Belisa, how are you feeling today? I know you said last time, I think you were pretty much over your wisdom tooth surgery, but were you able to follow along with my sequence? Any questions, concerns, comments? I'm going to grab a pillow really quick. Oop. Here we go. You're welcome, Cloud. I hope your headache feels better. That's sweet of you to wish Belisa good luck. You type those supplements. Yes, I will type those supplements in the chat right now. No worries, Mopar. Doing pretty solid. Nice, so you switched it up. You did half and half. Very cool. Okay, so the supplements that I would recommend are glue. Let me make sure I'm spelling it right. One sec. I'll type those in the chat. Okay, so glucosamine chondroitin. Glue. Yes, fish oil. I use cod liver oil as well. Glucosamine chondroitin. Cod liver oil is also really good for you. Anything with omegas, but yeah, fish oil is really good. So Boswellia extract. So that's the name of Boswellia, and you can find that a lot of different places. You can go online, But when I was recovering from injuring my shoulder, Baswala was recommended to me, and I believe it helped. So great points, Belisa. Thank you for sharing that, Belisa. Yep, helps with weight loss. CBD oil. Oh yeah, absolutely. Another great recommendation. In the capsule form, it's anti-inflammatory and can help with pain. You can also get CBD oil lotion, which I've heard some people say that's really helpful for them. The supplement overload. Nice. Oh, I'm so happy to hear this was helpful. That's my main reason for starting Twitch, is just to spread health and wellness ideas and connect with people that might need a little guidance as far as fitness and health. So I really appreciate the feedback, Mopar. You took notes? Good. Glad you're taking notes, Mopar. Real knowledge is rare, Kim. Real knowledge, yes. What did Socrates say? The greatest knowledge is knowing that we know nothing. That's what Socrates said. It's always good to keep an open mind. Anytime we think we figured out something in life, as far as science and nutrition, back in the day we thought sugar was healthy. So it's always good to keep an open mind. It's a never-ending learning journey, this thing called life. It's a very good point, Dante. Yes, absolutely. Turmeric. I recommended turmeric earlier to Cloud because Cloud was talking about having headache. Absolutely. I love turmeric. I recommend turmeric milk for anyone who might be dealing with headaches. What you can do is take, I use hemp milk. Speaking of hemp and CBD, I use hemp milk. And I put turmeric, black pepper, as much turmeric as you can stand, with black pepper and ginger, and sometimes a little cinnamon too. And then I put hemp milk in it, and I actually really like the taste, but some people, they don't like the taste. So if you can't stand the taste, add some organic local honey, and that will help sweeten it up. But that can do wonders for inflammation. Sun revolves around Earth was fact back in the olden days. I know, right? We used to think the Earth was flat, so It's always good to stay open-minded and willing to learn and willing to accept that we don't know everything. I know, Belisa. I really do love how in the medical field we're going back to natural remedies. One thing I love about, so I work for Kaiser Permanente. I'm a health education and fitness instructor, yoga instructor, and Tai Chi instructor for Kaiser Permanente. And I love that Kaiser focuses on preventative measures and not just treating the sick. It's about preventative measures. So I really appreciate that about Kaiser, and that's a medical industry. There's a lot of other medical industries that are now focusing more on natural remedies, which I think is wonderful. I actually have a personal holistic doctor through Kaiser who's educated in Western and Eastern medicine, and her advice was more helpful to me than anyone else. So I think Western medicine has its place, but holistic, I always start whenever I have a issue. I always start trying to go as natural as possible, and then maybe resort to Western medicine if the Eastern stuff doesn't work first. They're actually prescribing teas and herbal ointments when just 10 years ago. Absolutely, Belisa. I love that. Yeah, and I mean, everybody knows Chinese people are really smart. Chinese medicine is all about teas, herbs. I really believe in the Ayurvedic way as well. I've been learning a lot about Chinese culture just because I went through a Tai Chi teacher training in this past month. So I just graduated through the Institute of Integral Tai Chi and Qigong. And so I've learned a lot about, Chinese medicine and Chinese philosophy, and they know what they're talking about. So, want to know neat fact? Absolutely. What's your neat fact? Please share. I would love to know your unique fact. Please share. I'm all about neat facts. Waiting for your unique fact, Mopar. What's your unique fact? And Belisa, do you have any favorite teas or herbal remedies you want to share? Love to hear. He's writing a poem. Maybe so. I love poetry. If you're writing a poem, that would be pretty cool. I do love poetry. Bees products are amazing. Like local honey, if it's organic and raw honey has so many healing properties. You know, there's something called manuka honey or medicinal honey, and it's antiviral, antifungal, antibacterial, so good for you. In the Amazon, there are big ants. In the Amazon, there are big ants that have big mandibles, mouth. When they bite with mandibles, they will lock close. Those mandibles stay shut even when head is removed from the ant. So people, Amazon, use those ants to stitch wounds shut. They let ant bite the wound, then remove head, and mandibles will keep that wound sealed together. Wow, that is a very fascinating fact. Thank you for sharing. I love fun random facts. Whenever I love learning about insects and just nature in general, all animals, because, you know, watching the channel, what is that channel? Not National Geographic, but I think it's the Earth Channel. Anytime I learn facts like this, it's just life affirming, because to me, learning a fact like this is kind of like magical. Like, wow, that's really amazing that life happened and these things happened. And it's just kind of life affirming that, you know, there's something really beautiful, almost magical about life. So thank you for sharing. Anytime you want to share fun facts, I'd love to hear. I did not know this. And it's also kind of reassuring that, like, nature is designed to be self-healing. You know, if we all kind of work together, like, everything in nature can be healing. Oh, so Dante, you like to dissolve honey in water? I did hear, though, that when you heat honey up, it can become toxic. So I've always heard that the best way to consume honey is raw honey, not heated up, because when you heat it up, it can become toxic. Has anyone else heard that? Oh, Belisa has to go. All right. Well, good luck with your interview, Belisa. If I don't talk to you before your interview, good luck. Let me know how it goes. Thanks for all the wonderful tips. Belisa, so good to see you. Hearts. Yes, honey's really good. Absolutely. I wasn't allowed to eat honey for a while because I was on a low FODMAP diet, so I could have maple and not honey. But manuka honey or medicinal honey, like if you have a virus or anything like that, you can actually put medicinal honey on a wound to help. So when you say you put honey in water, do you heat it up? Honey will never be toxic. I don't know. I mean, that's just this one of my friends who is Indian and really into Ayurvedic remedies. He told me that when you heat honey up, it can become toxic. And also, I've heard that from a few other health and wellness professionals, that you don't want to expose honey to too much light because light can change the properties, and if you heat it up, it kills all the good bacteria and activates the bad. I'm open to being wrong on that, but that's what a lot of health and wellness professionals have told me. So, but if you have any data that says otherwise, I'd love to read about it, because sometimes, heating honey up is what people like. So. Oh, wow, you're a pro beekeeper? No way. That is awesome. So you probably know what you're talking about. I think you mentioned this a while ago, and I totally forgot that you were a pro beekeeper. That's amazing. Okay, well then I trust your judgment more than those other people. There must be some misinformation out there about heating up honey, because they were very adamant when they told me this, and there must be misinformation out there about it. Oh, I wish I could show you this book called Robbing Something Bees. So I did this play one time called Constellations, and I played a cosmologist, and then my main other character that I was talking to the whole time was a beekeeper. And so we got this book about beekeeping and how learning how to be a beekeeper, you can take that, all these lessons, and kind of apply them as metaphors to life. I wish if I could find that book, I'll show it to you. But tell me more about honey and what you know about it. If you have any articles or anything about, if you have any articles like scientific data that debunk that theory that heating up honey is toxic, please type the resources in the chat, because I would love to share them with my friends. I'm afraid of wasps too, honestly. And I did get stung by a bee one time. I also got attacked by a ton of ants, fire ants, one time, and went into anaphylactic shock and almost died when I was working on a horror film. I had to roll into a fake grave. And this was a project that I volunteered to do for no pay, just so I could get real footage. And I almost died from insect venom, from ant venom. So since then, I've been a little cautious around bees and wasps. So why are you not supposed to eat honey with a metal spoon? Are you saying you support that, or you don't support that? And while you answer, I'm going to see if I can find that book really quickly about bees to show you. One sec. Let me see if I can find it. I looked for that book, but I don't know where it is. I looked in my little library, and it's probably can't remember what I did with it last. But if I can, I'm gonna look up the title, and I'll share the title with you. Bees are fuzzy. I support eating honey, however. Fire ants can be really bad. Oh yeah, that experience was terrifying. I went into anaphylactic shock, and I had never been in anaphylactic shock before, so I didn't know what was happening. But yeah, the director told me to roll into a fake grave in the ground and had the other actor shoveling dirt that was directly in an ant pile. So that gave me a lesson to make sure when I'm working, when I say working, I was doing this for free. I volunteered to do it for free, so I just felt really, I definitely learned a lesson after that experience to safety first, safety always first. Creating art is not worth sacrificing your life. And now I have to carry an EpiPen with me. Even with your boots. You eat honey with your boots? Yeah, antihistamines. As soon as I started going into anaphylactic shock, they gave me antihistamines. Unfortunately, I survived, obviously, or I wouldn't be here. Unless I'm actually dead and I don't know it, and this is just the afterlife that feels a lot like life. I wish I could find that book. I'd love to show you. I'm going to look up the title, though. But I am curious, so what were you saying about not eating honey with a metal spoon? Are you saying that you support that or you don't support it? Yeah, the book I was talking about was called Robbing the Bees by Holly Bishop. Robbing the Bees by Holly Bishop, if you've ever heard of that. So when I did that play, my character, a cosmologist, fell in love with a beekeeper. And so my partner, my co-producer and co-star, did a lot of research about beekeeping. Thank you, Mopar. Yeah, I'm glad I'm still here too. So anyone else out there who's watching the chat, if you have any questions about yoga, health, wellness, I'm a 200-hour certified yoga instructor, and I just became a 25-hour Tai Chi Qigong instructor. I just received that certification. I'm also a certified nutrition specialist through ACE Education. So if you have any questions about any of those topics, let me know. I'd be happy to offer any guidance based on my experience and what I know. But again, I think we're all learning stuff together. But Dante, if you have any of like a scientific data that shows, because I would love to share that with my friends who believe that heating up honey is bad for you. If you have any scientific data, type it in the chat and I'll share it with my friends so I can let them know. Because they were very adamant in explaining that heating up honey is not good. It's better to eat honey raw, is what they would always say. I have been doing good. Oh, wait, so you do lighting work in the theater? Oh, and sound? Very cool. Yeah, I love getting to know people that work in the theater. Theater is a very different world than the film industry, right? And when you're working on sound and lighting in the theater, it's totally different than sound and lighting for a film. But I mean, your job is so important to make the production come alive and take the audience on a journey. So that's so cool that you do that. Lighting, sound, and effect work. Oh, that's so awesome. So, forgive me if I've already asked you this, Mopar, but where are you from? Where do you do theater work? Yeah, performing on stage is still terrifying to me, by the way. Even though I have a lot of experience performing on stage, I still get terrified right beforehand. But that's why I do it. Well, that's not why I do it, but that's one of the reasons, pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And then it reminds me to let go of ego, because when I'm performing, it's not about me or my ego or anything or getting any type of like approval. It's about the story that I'm telling, and it's about sending the message of the story, right? Touching people. It's about the audience. So when I can remind myself, like, this isn't about me, it helps me calm my nerves. Like, I'm just here as a tool, as a vessel to channel this character and to tell the story. So that really helps me let go of my nerves because I'm just a vessel. So. Oh, you're from Norway. Cool. So when you work on theater, you work on Norway productions? Oh, yeah. Yoga is a great way to warm up before a stage fight, but it's also just a great warm up for all performing artists. So, whether you're a singer, a dancer, an actor, or a musician, yoga can really help calm your nerves, focus your mind, and get you connected to that mind body connection. So, get you connected to your body, your breath, and really focus your mind. So yoga is a great warm up for all performing artists, but especially stage fighting. Absolutely, if you're doing any type of physical movement, yoga is a great warm up to get the mind and body connected as one. You're working in Norway on theater. Cool. Are you working on any productions right now in theater? Like any specific productions? I wonder if I'm familiar with them. Not at the moment. Corona hit us hard. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, it was kind of sad for everyone when Corona hit, obviously, but uh, theater has like live theater has started back up here in Atlanta. So I didn't know if live theater started up back where you are, but live theater has started back up in Atlanta and New York and other places in the world with precautions. I think a lot of theaters, like I did some comedy shows, and this theater I was doing comedy shows at called the Village Theater here in Atlanta, they required vaccinations and masks and things like that. But and then I know a lot of theaters went to virtual, right? Live streaming theater, which that is another, I don't know, like I saw a couple live streamed theater productions and it's just not the same. I mean, I love that they were still doing any type of performing arts, you know, any way you can. I mean, that's the beauty of technology, is that, you know, it is a way of sharing your art and your work with people all over the world in a safe way if you're worried about corona. Um, but it was just, I don't know, it just wasn't the same as a live performance. But so did they do that at all in Norway? Did they do any virtual theaters around where you are? Virtual theater streams? Yeah, here in Atlanta, the Alliance Theater is off and running. Horizon Theater is off and running. Um, but I guess everywhere is handling the reaction to COVID differently. And I just try to show respect for however people want to handle it. You know, it's a tough situation for everyone, so I try to show a lot of respect for anybody who wants to handle COVID however you want to handle it. So there's currently no live performances in Norway at all. Okay, so there were sports played without audiences. Interesting. So the sports games were filmed and broadcasted through a live stream, but no theater. That's not fair. You should do theater and sports, not just sports. But I'm biased. I'm not that into watching sports. Playing sports, yeah. But I have to really have an emotional attachment to the players to care enough about the game. I'm just such a hippie. Like, whenever I watch sports, I'm like, as long as people are having fun, I don't care who wins or loses. So the sports games were filmed. So when do you think they might start doing live theater again in Norway? Oh, so they are starting. Great. So some major theaters are starting. Yeah, right. If Corona stays in check. I heard there's new variants out there now. Um, so I guess we'll see, right? But that's great. They're starting a little bit, especially if you're doing outdoor theater. Outdoor theater, when you're in the open air, you're less likely to spread any virus in the open air. So when COVID first hit, I did a lot of outdoor comedy shows with this comedy collective. And I love bringing laughter to people during stressful times because I feel like laughter can really help release stress and laughter can be really healing. So I did a lot of outdoor comedy shows throughout the whole pandemic. Um, so if there's a way to do outdoor theater in Norway, that's a little safer. Oh no? What are you oh knowing about? You okay? All I saw was you just wrote oh no. What are you oh knowing? Looks like I have some other viewers just lurking. Feel free to say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. We're just chatting about yoga, health, wellness, mindfulness. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 12 p.m. Atlanta, Georgia time, I'll be doing live stream dynamic yoga, Vinyasa yoga, and then I'll hang out as long as people want to chat afterwards. So, anybody watching, if you want to say hello, let me know where you are in the world or if I can answer any questions. Right now, we're talking about theater. I'm also a performing artist, so anyone else out there in the film industry, feel free to type a message. Let me know what you do. I love connecting with other artists. Mopar does lighting, sound, and works on theater productions, doing some technical stuff, which is so important for theater productions. Oh, yeah, no new corona strains. Yeah, I feel like, you know, the way viruses tend to work is there will continue to be new variants, but the way it's going, these new variants should be less and less, increasingly less, or progressively less harmful as we build herd immunity and start to fight this thing off. The new variants hopefully will be less harmful. So that's the good news. Like, remember when Omicron broke out, it was really easy to spread, but a lot less harmful. So I don't know much about these new variants. I've just heard they're out there. Um, but that happens. I feel like the best thing you can do to fight COVID is just to boost your natural immunity as best as you can by exercising, practicing yoga, eating really healthy, getting sunlight, getting a lot of sleep. That will help boost your natural immunity. Vitamin D, getting enough sun. And then, for people who want to take vaccines, I have mixed feelings about that, but I respect everyone for their own choices. But I don't know if we should start talking about vaccines and anti-vaxxers. I'm definitely not anti-vaccine, but I'm not like 100% for it. I was very on the fence about it, but I ended up getting it mostly because I wouldn't have gotten as many acting auditions if I wasn't vaccinated. But I mean, I'm glad I got vaccinated. So, but I understand why people don't want to get vaccinated, and I understand why people do. So I just respect everyone for their own choice there. Dante, welcome back. We were talking all about you. We were talking mad crap about you. We were like, that Dante guy, he doesn't know what he's talking. I'm just kidding. How am I doing? I'm doing okay. You know, my career paths are not the most financially stable. As an actor, you never know when you're going to book something. But I've been happy co-producing, co-writing, making my own films and my own theater in the past few years. So producing and writing has been great. And then I'm still taking acting classes, even though I've been taking them since I was 10. It's like anything else, it's a never-ending learning experience. And then I've been teaching yoga every day, and health coaching. I do private one-on-one health coaching, online, virtually, or in person. So yeah, that's what I do every day. And I'm doing okay myself. Thank you for asking. Not too bad. Yeah, I hear you, Mopar. I feel like making it mandatory is a little violation of our rights, but I agree with you there, Mopar. So, Dante, since you're back, I was wondering if you could share with me any scientific data about the honey thing. Anything that shows that heating up honey is not harmful. Because I would love to share those articles with my friends who were very adamant about how heating up honey can be harmful. So if you have any scientific articles or anything like that, please type them in the chat. And I'd love to read them too. Thank you. Thank you, Dante. You won't forget. Who else is out there watching? It says I have some viewers, but only a couple people chatting. So if you want to share with me where you are in the world and if I can offer any advice as far as mental health, yoga, meditation, wellness, or any advice for performing artists out there. I have won 11 acting awards performing in a film called Sunset and Winter. So if you're new to acting and you have any questions, I might be able to offer some tips. Hoping that you are not starving artists. I'm not starving. I wouldn't say I'm thriving, but I'm not starving. I can afford to buy healthy food. Most of my money goes to, I invest into the work I'm doing, and most of my money goes to healthy food because I definitely believe in practicing what I preach. So I'm not a starving artist, but I wouldn't say I'm like a thriving artist. You know, I don't have a ton of savings. But I can pay my bills and live comfortably enough and eat healthy food. I can afford healthy food. I really believe in growing your own food when you can. Eventually, I want to have my own garden. I was part of a couple of community gardens before, and right now I'm just so busy with my work that I don't have a lot of time to do my own gardening, but I want to get back into a community garden because when you're growing your own food from the ground, you're going to get so many more nutrients from organically grown produce than you are from store-bought produce. Yeah, so Nightbot is automatically populating my yoga YouTube channel. on that channel, there's actually some gardening tutorials. One of my good friends is a certified permaculturist, so we work together. So there's a few little gardening tutorials on there and healthy recipes on that channel, and yoga tutorials and meditations on my yoga YouTube channel. Nightbot just shared it automatically, I guess, because I'm talking about it. So if you want to subscribe, I'm always in my free time, whenever I have free time, I'm always trying to create new content, put new content out there that's helpful to promote health and wellness and hopefully inspire people to garden and grow their own food. Healthy food are sadly expensive. Starting to eat more healthy. So, yeah, I've heard this before about how healthy food is more expensive, but if you think about it, our health is our number one asset. If anything, this pandemic reminded us that without our health, we can't do anything in life. Our health should be our number one priority. So I feel like it's worth spending the money on finding a local farmer and getting produce from a local farmer. If you don't have the time or resources to grow your own food, get it from a local farmer. And if you're eating organically grown produce, you're going to get so many more nutrients than buying it from the store. And you can also take supplements, but there's nothing like nutrient-dense food. Produce, avocados, kale, spinach, fruits and vegetables. That's where you're going to get a lot of nutrients. But I feel like it's worth spending the money on because you're taking care of your health. You're going to live longer. You're going to have a happier, more fulfilling life. So instead of spending the money on like a fancy car, like my car is like 20 years old, trying to save up for a new one, don't have enough yet, but my philosophy is, instead of buying a fancy car, spend the money on healthy food. Thank you, Dante. I'm glad you agree. I'm glad you agree, Mopar. But yeah, if you want to check out my yoga YouTube channel, there's a lot of healthy recipes on there and a lot of gardening tutorials, as well as yoga videos, of course. Hello, War. Hello, War 303. How are you today? Yeah, so I actually do juice. I have a Ninja and a NutriBullet, and I will juice organic fruits and vegetables. So as long as you drink it right away, you're not going to lose too many nutrients. As long as you drink the juice right after it's made. If the juice is sitting out for a while, the nutrients start to deplete. But the most nutrients you can get are when you pick, like for instance, like mustard seeds. When you pick a mustard seed green, or mustard greens, or any type of greens, when you pick your green directly from the ground and eat it right away, the nutrients are going to be so much more potent and bioavailable than if you pick the greens and then leave them out. The nutrients start to deplete. So that's why growing your own food or having access to a local garden, and as soon as you pick the fruit from the tree, as soon as you pick the vegetable from the ground, eat it immediately and you're going to get the most nutrients. Do you know relieve exercises? So I'm not familiar with that term. That sounds kind of French. Relevé. Is that relevé? Is that how you say that? Relevé? Relevé is a ballet term. So do you mean like ballet? Like relevé? Is that what you mean? Like plastic. I don't like plastic either, Mopar. I'm with you there. I don't like it. Oh, so you were talking about a ballet. So relevé, yes. If I remember correctly, relevé is just simply lifting the heels, right? I believe that's, if I remember. It's been a while since I've taken ballet, but isn't relevé just lifting up the heels and balancing on the toes? Or, yes, I used to take ballet when I was younger, and I still remember a fair amount. Like this. Next time someone subscribes, maybe I'll do a ballet. A twirl. That's me relevéing. Yes, that was 5th position. Do you do ballet? I remember 1st position, right? Let's see. So this is 1st position, 2nd position, and this is, I'm trying to remember all the terms, but this is a relevé, right? 16 years. Oh, wow. Wow, that's a long time. So you studied it way longer than I did. I just did ballet when I was a kid. It's been a while since I've done ballet, but I loved it when I was younger. I did it when I was a teenager a little bit. But my favorite growing up was jazz dance, and tap. I like tap too. But I did like ballet. I just didn't love it as much as jazz. Jazz was my favorite. Studied for 16 years. Why are you saying sorry? That's so great. You shouldn't say sorry. Yoga is actually really good for ballet dancers because it helps with balance and coordination, mobility, all that stuff. So that's why you should practice. So Mopar, whenever someone says something like that, like I'm too clumsy for ballet, or I'm too clumsy for yoga, or I'm too inflexible for yoga, I always say that's the reason why you practice. So if you feel like you're clumsy, practicing ballet or yoga, that's a good reason to practice it because it'll help you with your balance. My favorite exercise is grand plie. Yes. So I do remember plie and grand plie, right? This is plie, and this is grand plie. Yes? Plie, grand plie. You know I can get bits now, right? So if you have requests for ballet, you can give me a bit. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to give me a bit, but if you want to. I do yoga for health. Yeah, good for you. Oh, hello, Daniel Kalijan. How are you? We are talking about ballet and yoga and all kinds of mind, body, health, and wellness practices. You're doing fine? Yes, I do yoga for health too, Dante. Great attitude. Thanks. Thanks, Mopar. But War 3 row 3. That's really exciting. I'm happy to hear you do ballet. That's awesome. But yeah, I am excited. I'm an affiliate now, so now I can receive bits. It's pretty cool. No pressure though. It works great for you. You're saying yoga works great for you? Yoga means do the asanas or posture, right? Yeah, so yoga technically means union. Unity of the mind, body, and spirit, and unity of the collective. So yoga technically means union. But yeah, it relates to asana. Asana are the postures. Asana are the physical postures. But there's so much more to yoga than just the physical postures. Yoga also relates to how you treat yourself, how you treat others, what you eat, and how you interact with the world. So there's a lot of different sutras. Patanjali was this ancient Indian sage that created 108 yoga sutras. And within those sutras, there's yamas and niyamas, which are essentially ethical codes of life. So if you're practicing true yoga, you don't just practice the physical poses, but you practice all the philosophies in your life, which relate to healthy eating and treating people kindly, with respect, being kind to yourself and kind to others. Do you study scriptures? Yes, I do study scriptures like Patanjali and the Bhagavad Gita. Yes, I've read a lot of those scriptures, and I sometimes incorporate quotes in my yoga classes that relate to those scriptures. Do you have ballet shoes? I used to have ballet shoes, but I don't fit them anymore. I grew out of them. I would like to start taking ballet classes again eventually. But if I had ballet shoes, I might practice ballet more. But I don't have ballet shoes anymore. Yeah, so Nightbot actually just automatically shared my yoga videos on YouTube. So on those videos, there's a lot of different styles of yoga, but I have a whole playlist that talks about the Yoga Sutras and the yamas and the niyamas, where I share how you can integrate the yamas and the niyamas on your mat and integrate the yamas and niyamas into your daily life. I am here, Krishna. Oh, you study the Bhagavad Gita. That's awesome that you study it. It's a wonderful ancient text that can help give us some insight into how to live a really healthy life. So that's wonderful that you study the Bhagavad Gita. So if I really wanted to do ballet, I guess I would want point shoes. I have slipper shoes, but you can't really dance in them. They're not like real ballet shoes, but they're just like little slippers. But so yoga from Patanjali is Ashtanga yoga. Yeah, so there's so many different styles of yoga, and technically, yes, you're correct. That would technically be Ashtanga yoga. But I teach a variety of different styles of yoga because I feel like every style of yoga has something unique to offer that's healthy and good for you. So I teach a variety, but I do incorporate quotes that relate to Patanjali Sutras. In a lot of my classes, I will read quotes at the beginning of class and at the end of class. so you can integrate that sense of mindfulness. 6th chapter from Bhagavad Gita, tell us about Ashtanga. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Daniel. Yeah, so one of the reasons I started this Twitch channel was to share yoga with people from all over the world who might be looking for an easy way to practice at home. I accept donations, but I'm not charging, so I just wanted to do something nice and connect with people all over the world. So I'm really excited that you're into the Bhagavad Gita. So sometimes you just walk around your home with an old pair of slipper shoes. Yeah, they're really comfortable. Sometimes I like to just slip on little, I guess you would call them ballet shoes, but they're mostly just like slippers. They're a lot more convenient than, especially when it's warm outside, they're more convenient than putting on like socks and sneakers. Just slip them on and slip them off. Thank you for sharing that, Daniel. So where are you from, Daniel Kalajan? Do you know a tiptoes position? Yes, I am familiar. I can't really do that without ballet shoes, though, to be on my tippy toes, but I am familiar with those positions. I have heard that shoes are ruining people's feet and people should walk around barefoot. I agree. I think that walking around barefoot outside is really, really good for you. I do practice grounding or earthing. I try to put my feet directly on the ground every day, and what that does, there's a lot of scientific studies that talk about how putting your feet directly on the earth helps balance the positive and negative ions around you, reduce inflammation. Yeah, really good for your feet to walk barefoot. I used to own those 5-finger Vibram shoes, and I used to walk around in those a lot, but now I just try to spend a little time outside each day, putting my feet directly on the ground. It's really good for you. Brazil. Oh, how cool. You're from Brazil. So I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. So it's really nice to connect with you here, Daniel. You don't know if that's true? Well, even if it's not true, it can't hurt to try, right? I walk on demi-point feet position. You're walking on the demi-point feet position? Cool. Yeah. Ballet's great. I love ballet. So you're in the demi-point feet position right now as you're watching my live? So Daniel, if you want to share anything else you know about the Bhagavad Gita or yoga, please share it in the chat. That's exciting to connect with people that are interested in these ancient practices. So far, most of my streams, my yoga streams, have been focused on Vinyasa yoga. So it's kind of a full body workout, but if there's enough interest, I might teach other styles of yoga through Twitch, if there's enough interest. If you do what? Why would I block you? If you did what? Why would I block you? If you're just sharing scripture from the Bhagavad Gita, I don't think I would block you. I only block people who are being mean-spirited or deliberately trying to offend or being disrespectful. Those are the only people I block. Yeah, walking barefoot is good for your feet, and it's also good for reducing inflammation. And it feels good. There's a lot of different theories out there about earthing, or what they call grounding. Says Ashtanga yoga is not practical for your age, but you don't even know what age I am. That's silly. I feel like you can practice Ashtanga yoga. You can practice yoga at any age. It really depends on how you feel. And if it makes you feel good and alive and connected to your body and mind, Kali Yuga. But all the theories about yoga is interesting. So I appreciate you sharing that. But I feel like yoga is a very personal practice, and every style of yoga has something unique to offer. So you just kind of have to figure out what style resonates best with you. So I plan on practicing yoga my whole life. So I'm not going to limit what style I can practice based on my age. That sounds limiting and restrictive, so. But that's just me. But I do appreciate you sharing that. Try the demi point now. Well, I don't have ballet slippers, so I'm not going to try that now because I don't have ballet shoes. Oh, you would gift me slippers? That would be so nice. Well, if you gift me slippers, then I will definitely practice the ballet moves. But Daniel, just sharing your perspective is nothing I will block. As long as you're being respectful, I'm not going to block you for just sharing your perspective. As long as you share your perspective in a respectful way. You feel like an old timer? You do practice demi point without shoes? That's tough. That's amazing. Good for you. I know that's really tough. I don't think I could do that without proper shoes. So I use Bhagavad Gita as it is. But okay. Awesome, Daniel. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it sounds like you study the Bhagavad Gita. You take it very, very seriously, which is cool. I respect that. The system of yoga, which... So I would have to take a look at that scripture to comment on it. I would have to read it fully in order to kind of examine and comment on it. The system of yoga which you have summarized appears impracticable and unendurable for me, for the mind is restless and unsteady. Yeah, so I'd have to read all of that scripture. I feel like you could take certain parts of any scripture out of context, but that's the beauty of these scriptures, is they're open to interpretation. So how you interpret it might be different from how someone else interprets it, and that's okay. As long as you're interpreting it in a way that is helpful to you, and not imposing your way on anyone else, because what's good for me might not be good for you. What's good for person A might not be good for person B. So I think that you have to kind of find your own flow. So whenever I'm teaching yoga, I encourage my students to find their own flow, a style of practice that resonates best with them, because everyone's unique. Yes, Krishna explained the Ashtanga system, Arjuna, stressing that it is necessary to control the mind. Yeah, I agree that in order to control our lives, we must control the mind. And in order to control the mind, we must control the breath. So the more we practice conscious breathing and conscious movements, that will help us integrate that consciousness and self-control in our daily lives. I agree with you. Yeah. I think that's great insight, Daniel. Thank you for sharing. It sounds like you've studied the Bhagavad Gita very, very thoroughly, which is great. Oh, wow, this is a lot of text. Text 22. In the stage of perfection called trance or samadhi. Yeah, samadhi is like enlightenment, right? Samadhi is like that place of like pure enlightenment. One's mind is completely restrained from material mental activities by practice of yoga. This perfection is characterized by one ability to see the self by the pure mind and to relish and rejoice in the self. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness, realized through transcendental senses. Established, thus one never departs from the truth, and upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater, and then you stopped. Wow, this sounds really beautiful. I'd love to read more. Yeah, I'm familiar with this state of samadhi. Samadhi is basically enlightenment, or that connection to divinity, that connection to our self and our higher self. You sit down on the floor near the wall with your legs unite from this position, alternate point feet. Oh, cool. Yeah, I would try that point flex exercise. If you have a little video or a link to any of that, I would love to try them, because I feel like yoga and ballet can be similar in some respects as far as movement and mind-body connection. Yeah, well, thank you for sharing the text, Daniel. Yes, samadhi is basically like feeling enlightened, feeling connected to your higher self, or infinite intelligence, whatever you want to call it, the cosmos, whatever you want to call it. To practice yoga, one should go to a secluded place and should lay kusa grass on the ground and then cover it with a deerskin and soft cloth. The seat should be neither too high nor too low and should be situated in a sacred place. The yogi should then sit on it very firmly and practice yoga to purify the heart by controlling his mind, senses, and activities, and fixing the mind on one point. One should hold one's body, neck, and head erect in a straight line. Right, so that's how I opened my practice today, was in a seated position, stacking head over heart over hips, and we started with consciously controlling our breath, and then we set an intention to consciously control the mind and focus the mind on a personal intention. And then I encourage my students to, throughout practice, to consciously be mindful of your breath and your intention, as you consciously control the body throughout the asana. So yeah, thank you for sharing that scripture. Steadily at the tip of the nose, thus with an unagitated, subdued mind, devoid of fear, completely free from sex life, one should meditate upon me with the heart and make me the ultimate goal of life. Yeah, I love that. So focusing the mind on one point. So that one point could be lots of things, right? So you could focus on the tip of the nose. You could focus your eyes on the tip of the nose. Or you could focus your eyes on something still in front of you. Find a drishti there. Or sometimes we close our eyes and our drishti is inward. Or in certain yoga poses, like in Warrior 2, the focus or the drishti is the right fingertips. Or in Warrior 1, the focus is something still in front of you. So whatever your mind focuses on is up to you. But I do love how yoga encourages very specific drishtis to focus on. But yeah, what you're talking about, that's how I start all my classes, in a still position, focusing on the breath and creating a specific intention before we do the asana. Secluded place. Yeah. So, yeah, I think having a secluded place, like this is my private little space. Nobody's here except me, so it's pretty secluded. When I'm teaching, obviously I'm interacting with other people, but that's what you do when you're teaching. So, but yeah, I think as long as you have a nice space that feels sacred to you, and again, what feels sacred to me might not feel sacred to someone else. Completely free from sex life. Yeah, when you're practicing yoga, you're not engaging in sexual activities. You're focused on your breath and your mind and what you're doing on your mat. So ahimsa means non-harming, right? So we practice those things in yoga. And brahmacharya, I think, is sort of the notion that you're touching on. Brahmacharya just means reserving your energy, reserving your life force. So yeah, if you can reach a state of bliss that has nothing to do with sex life or anything like that, it can be a beautiful thing. If you can find that state of bliss and means marriages, people, I can't practice it according with Krishna. So I think you might be interpreting the scripture very literally, and that's okay. Again, scripture is open to interpretation. So however you choose to interpret it and apply it in your life is up to you. Can you do a point flex exercise now? No, I'm not going to do that right now. I don't have ballet shoes, so. So it looks like there's a few other people watching, but no one chatting. So if anyone else out there wants to say hello, I'm a 200-hour certified yoga instructor. I'm also a 25-hour certified Tai Chi and Qigong instructor, and a certified nutrition specialist. So if you have any questions about those topics, please feel free to let me know. Yeah, Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago. And that time, sage went to forest to do Ashtanga yoga. Yeah, and it's so amazing how, yoga originated over 5,000 years ago, and yet still these ancient practices can be helpful in modern life. So I love that this ancient practice can still be helpful to us today, and we can learn from these ancient practices. It is said, for example, in Satya Yoga, people live lives 100,000 years and they spend 10,000 years practicing yoga. Yeah, I personally wouldn't interpret that literally myself, but if if you believe that the spirit goes on and our consciousness goes on and on, I feel like that's a good metaphor for sure. Thanks, Dante. Well, there's no reason to be impolite, it's just a stream. So I personally don't plan on getting slipper shoes. I can practice yoga without slipper shoes, and my main goal with Twitch is to share yoga practices and meditation practices and nutrition practices, and also just chat with other performing artists like myself. So I personally don't plan on investing in slipper shoes, but if somebody were to gift them to me, then I might practice ballet. I told you it'll be controversial. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with sharing anything controversial. It creates stimulating conversation. Yeah, how to make digestion more efficient. So, drinking a lot of spring water, healthy, clean spring water, can be helpful for digestion. Getting plenty of sleep, at least 8 hours. Going to sleep at a certain time and waking up at a certain time can help regulate all the systems in the body. And if you have a big digestive issue, you might want to look into avoiding gluten, dairy, and wheat. Also taking enzymes. Make sure you're consuming enough enzymes. You can get digestive enzymes that could help. And so make sure you're getting enough omegas, essential fatty acids, to help your cells actually absorb the nutrients from food. Because what happens is a lot of processed food, the essential fatty acids are removed to lengthen the shelf life in a lot of processed foods. But without those essential fatty acids, our cells can become impermeable. So in order to make our cells permeable so nutrients can pass through and be absorbed, we need essential fatty acids. So cod liver oil and fish oil and omegas can be really great for making our cells permeable to absorb the nutrients. Thank you, Daniel. I hope that was helpful, Mopar. Yesterday I found an Indian-born in Canada girl. I asked her if she was Hindu. She said no. I told her so sad to hear, and I started to talk about Krishna. As soon as she heard Krishna name, she blocked me. Oh, well, that's silly. There's nothing wrong with talking about Krishna. I mean, as long as you're sharing your perspective in a respectful way, I have no problem with people sharing perspectives. And I know about Krishna. I think learning about the history of Krishna and studying these ancient scriptures is fascinating. It's pretty interesting. So thank you for sharing your perspective. Oh, you're welcome, Mopar. So guys, I just became an affiliate now. So now I can receive bits and subscriptions. So if anybody wants to subscribe, that'd be fun, but no pressure. No pressure, Dante. I just do it. You just do what? Oh, great. You subscribed? Wonderful. Well, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, no, I love talking about yoga philosophy. Hi, Swift. How are you? I lost you the other night. You went to your shower and then I never heard back from you. I thought maybe you just had a really long, enjoyable shower. How are you, Swift? I agree, Mopar. Thank you, Dante. How you doing, Swifty Swift? I just did a live stream Vinyasa yoga class today, and I've just been chit-chatting. Had a little extra time today to just chat, talk about yoga, health, wellness, anything and everything. Ooh, we had a ghostly situation that could have resulted. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you're okay, Swift. If you want to elaborate, feel free, but I'm glad you're okay. Coming back to Patanjali, the samadhi is to realize Vishnu in the heart. Yes, so some people call the connection Vishnu, right? You're connecting with our ancestors, you're connecting with a higher power or a spirit. I feel like as long as you feel like you're having a spiritual experience, that's the most important thing because as I was saying, like what feels spiritual to me may not feel spiritual to someone else. So, as long as you feel like you're connecting to spirit or consciousness or infinite intelligence, connecting to a higher power, divinity, source energy, whatever you call it, I think then you're reaching some state of samadhi, right? As long as you're feeling some sort of spiritual connection. But getting into the semantics of calling it Vishnu or calling it other stuff, that's more specific to you. But I mean, that's great if you're actually trying to connect to Vishnu. That's awesome. I think that's really cool. Yeah, no. I've never had any supernatural experiences with. I've never seen anything that looked like a ghost, but as far as having a spiritual experience, that can feel and look different for everyone. You know, I know people that feel like they have seen spirits or connected to spirits, and I think that's fascinating. I think that's wonderful. I don't discount anyone's experience because we all have eyes and we all have our five senses, but we also have a sixth sense, which is our intuition, and we have other senses. We like some of us might be able to tap into other senses. So I think it's all valid. I just try to keep an open mind about that stuff and respect everyone for their own unique experience. So, to answer your question, Daniel, yes, to realize Vishnu in the heart, to connect with something deeper than yourself. I think that's essentially what that means. But Swift Odin, I'm glad you're okay. If you want to share any more about your experience, feel free. And I was going to ask you, Daniel, do you like listening to mantras? I've heard a lot of mantras that speak of Vishnu and these ancient gods and goddesses. The music is really beautiful. I tried no interpret the scriptures. Best is to find a sage and study with him. Yeah, if you can study with a sage, that's awesome. I am here, Krishna. Okay. Oh, nice. That's a really cool mantra. I am Hare Krishna. Yeah, I've heard mantras that speak of Krishna, and I've listened to mantras that speak of Vishnu, and they're beautiful. Just the music themselves is so beautiful, and it does feel like I'm almost connecting to something outside of myself, which is really, really nice. I think it's important for everyone to kind of have their own mantras that feel good to them. Hare Krishna. Yeah, I've heard those mantras. They're so beautiful. Oh, you did type your message? I must have missed it, Swift. All right, I'm going to scroll up. So I think for whatever reason your long message didn't pop up for some reason. I'm not seeing it. From Swift, I see, hey Kim, how goes it? And then I see, yeah, sorry about that. We had a ghostly situation. And then I don't see anything else except you saying scroll up. Yeah, I like the way you put that, Daniel. Sorry, Swift. If you typed a long message, for some reason it didn't show up. Maybe copy and paste it again. Or maybe send it in segments. I think I might have some automated setting to where you could only type a few sentences at a time. So maybe send them in separate, copy, paste, and send it in a few different You did? I see you say I did, but I don't see any long message from you in this chat. Is anyone else? Still figuring Twitch stuff out, so bear with me. Oh, you're trying to find the Yoga Sutra? Oh, so you're looking for like a specific Yoga Sutra? Cool. Yeah, I'd love to hear you share more about your thoughts on the Yoga Sutra. Here's what happened. I was watching Impractical Jokers last night before I went to bed, and I got this out of nowhere hunger. Well, I got near the stairs and smelled natural gas. Oh no. Belisa. Belisa, that's such a very important question. I often wear black for my Twitch stream just because I feel like it's a lot easy to see my form because everything else behind me is really white. So I want you to be able to see my form. So that's why I wear black, so you can clearly see my body and see the healthy form. That's funny. I think you're joking, Belisa. That's pretty funny. Someone asked me that the other day. And he said, yes, I went in the kitchen and the stove knob was turned on. I smelled it from upstairs and no one uses the stove. Oh, goodness. I microwave and oven everything. He was in bed and I was about to go to bed. No one touched it. Ooh, that is spooky. That is really spooky, Swift. Dante asked about black. I feel like it shouldn't really matter what I'm wearing as long as you guys can see what I'm doing clearly. That's a really spooky experience, Swift. I would be spooked out if I was you. Goodness. I wonder what that means. Have you ever been on one of those ghost tours where they talk about stories like that? Kind of entertaining. Oh, it looks like Mopar. Oh, so many messages all at once. I remember when my grandfather was dying, I tried to drive as fast as possible. I sensed something. What a scary feeling. When I got this section on the road, I saw my grandfather sitting in the back seat. Aww. Well, thank you for sharing, Mopar. Yeah, I've heard stories like that from people. I heard a story recently when I was taking my Tai Chi teacher training. One of my teachers told me that she saw the spirit of her dog, and she was very, very loving to dogs. She loves animals as much as humans, and she said she saw the spirit of her dog right after he passed. And I've heard stories from other people that say they see the spirit of their relatives, and I don't discount those experiences because I've never had any personal experiences like that, but I know people in my family have, and other people I know have, so they're really fascinating experiences. I don't know if you like, but this website has a lot of scriptures. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that website, Daniel. No, I'll definitely check out that website. I love studying the scriptures and thinking about how you can interpret them and then apply the underlying message, the overall message behind them, and apply them into your daily life so you can have a healthy life. But ghosts care what color you are wearing? You think ghosts care what color I'm wearing? I don't know about that, but what do you think ghosts want to see me wear? Hello, Master Debater. That's kind of a funny name. So are you a debate master? Aloha, Swiftar. Back from outdoor boxing training. I'm still here chatting. Usually I have to go teach a private client after this, but they canceled today, so I got to hang out for a while after yoga class. How is your outdoor boxing training, Swiss? Flower colors? I mean, I just kind of have basic yoga clothes. I don't have any flower yoga clothes. But maybe ghosts want to see... Why would ghosts want to see flower yoga clothes? I really appreciate you sharing that link, Daniel. I will definitely check out those scriptures. I'm glad your boxing was great. I want to pick up boxing again. I have done boxing a little bit. One of my acting teachers told me I should pick up boxing because I try to be such a peaceful person that when I'm playing characters that aren't peaceful, boxing could help me channel that energy. Black is their energy. Right. So why wouldn't they want me to wear black if black is the ghostly energy from the spirit world? Color can be anything as long it is flat black. Huh. I've never heard that quote from Henry Ford. You think they stick around you? Do you believe that sage can kind of clear the spirits? Do you believe in that? Black is the presence of all colors, right? Yeah, yeah. So white is the. Actually, no. I thought it was the other way around. I thought black was the absence of color, and white was the presence of all color. But maybe I got that mixed up. So maybe black is the presence of all colors. I'm going to look it up real quickly. I don't know why I thought it was the other way around. Yes, you are right, I believe. Yes, you're correct. In physics, on the light spectrum, black is the absence of color. Okay, so that's what I was thinking about. In physics, so I think because I had to play a character who was a cosmologist, an astrophysicist, so I studied a little bit about this. So in physics and on the light spectrum, black is the absence of color. However, in art, like when you're painting and coloring, black is the presence of all colors. So, there you go. That explains that. Depending on the context. I beat you to it. I Googled it. Yeah, so Nightbot just automatically populated my donation page. So if any of the information I've shared with you guys today is really valuable and you want to support my work, feel free to click on that link. Any donation is really appreciated, even if it's just $1. It just helps support my work, my yoga teaching, my nutrition counseling. So that's what Nightbot just shared automatically is my donation page. No pressure at all, but even if you want to donate $1, it's much appreciated. Do I deal with ghosts? No. I don't dabble in that realm. I don't know how to access that realm. However, I've heard of a lot of people that do. Yeah, well, now you learned something new. Depending on if you're talking about physics or art contexts, it can be different. Black is stylish color and it suits on occasion. Have you seen Vanta Back Color? It's really black and cool color. No, I've never heard of that shade. Vanta Black? Is that what you're saying? So it's like a certain shade of black? Vanta Black versus black. I'm looking it up. Ooh. So Vanta Black is like the blackest black. Vanta Black absorbs 99.96% of light, which made it the blackest of all blacks. Vanta Black. Vanta Black is the world's darkest material. It is not a paint. Vanta Black is made out of carbon nanotubes that achieves its astonishing 99.9% absorption rate. That is so interesting. Vanta Black. Maybe that's what the ghosts really want to see is Vanta Black. I don't think my yoga clothes are Vanta Black, but if anyone knows of Vanta Black yoga clothes, let me know. I'll look into it. Yeah, that's so cool, Swift. You can't light it up with a light. Yeah. It's interesting. So I just have a few more minutes before I have to prepare for my next class. I'm teaching through Kaiser Permanente. So if anyone has any other final comments, questions, concerns, please type a message. It was nice chatting with everyone today. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for sharing your various perspectives, and I hope that some of the information I shared was helpful in some way, shape, or form. I have seen car that had Vanta black color. Oh, cool, Mopar. That's cool. But thank you for joining Dante, Swift, and Daniel, Mopar, Belisa. Thank you all. But I definitely enjoy chatting with you. I enjoy chatting with you too. Thanks so much, Mopar. Absolutely. I will be back again on Thursday, and I will be teaching a dynamic Vinyasa yoga sequence. So it'll be a full body workout, and we will incorporate the mindfulness. I'll read a quote that might relate to a scripture. And so, every Tuesday and Thursday, 12 p.m. Atlanta, Georgia time. This Thursday, I won't have as much time to hang out and chat afterwards, but next time I will. And then if I have any free time over the weekend, I might pop in for another just chatting. But so I hope to see you guys again soon. Thank you, Swift. You too. Thank you, Mopar. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Hare Krishna. That's a beautiful mantra, Daniel. Thank you for sharing your mantras and your insights about the Bhagavad Gita. Mm-hmm. All perspectives are welcome here. Yoga is about unity, so I always want to do anything I can to create more unity and less division. So some people use it as a greeting, sort of like namaste, like Hare Krishna. It can be a greeting or a goodbye. Because I know namaste means the light in me honors the light in you. And namaste can be a greeting or a goodbye. Oh my goodness. DFKGF. Hello there. Thoughts about Will Smith? All right, this will be the last thing I chat about, and then I have to prepare to teach my next class. Will Smith, I feel like while I can sympathize with his emotional response, I think it was over the top and it caused more harm than good. I think Will Smith probably knows that, I'm pretty sure Will Smith probably knows that what he did was a little out of line. I mean, I sympathize for his wife. She has a disease. I don't think Chris Rock even knew she had a disease. And that's the issue with comedy. So as a comedian myself, the point of comedy is to push boundaries. You may offend people, but the idea is to get people laughing and also get people thinking. So as a comedian, you're always going to run the risk of offending someone. And when you can laugh at your foibles, when you can kind of laugh at yourself, it can help release stress and remind you not to take things too seriously. However, Will Smith was not good at just not taking it that seriously. And yeah, he pretty much assaulted Chris Rock. And Chris Rock, I feel like, handled it very professionally. I personally don't like Chris Rock's joke. I thought that was kind of distasteful, and I don't like that joke at all. I think the joke was stupid and not funny and distasteful for sure. But that being said, that doesn't mean Chris Rock deserves a punch in the face. That means Chris Rock just doesn't deserve a laugh. Like, so yeah, I don't think Chris Rock deserved a punch in the face, and I think he deserved an apology. But, it was making a joke about the G.I. Jane movie and the hairstyle. It wasn't making a joke about the disease that she has. Smith was laughing, though. Right. Smith was laughing at first, and then he looked at his wife and saw that his wife was upset. And so I think that triggered something in him. Like, I honestly think it's this machismo mentality, like, oh, well, violence is going to prove a point. My wife's mad, so I'm going to just spontaneously punch Chris Rock. Violence doesn't solve anything. It only makes things worse. And it only made Will Smith look unstable and uptight. And, yeah, it was disconcerting. Will Smith appeared very unstable. And, yeah, who knows? It could have just been staged. The whole thing could have been staged. Just like the Madonna and Britney Spears kiss. I don't really trust anything that happens at the Oscars as far as anything organic. It could have been totally staged. You never know. It's all just smoke and mirrors. But my thoughts on that is that violence doesn't solve anything. Unstable, why? Because going up and assaulting someone for a bad joke is kind of an emotionally unstable thing to do. Threatening violence and screaming like that is sort of an emotionally unstable thing to do. And then, yeah. So, yeah, to me it felt kind of staged too, especially at first. Yeah, it did sort of look like Chris Rock prepared for it. The whole thing may have been staged. I don't know. Right. And the thing is, those jokes are rehearsed. Those jokes are practiced. So all those jokes that they say at the Oscars, everything is practiced and rehearsed. So it's strange to me that Will Smith had never heard the joke before then. The whole thing could have been a publicity stunt to get people talking, to boost Chris Rock's career. Who knows? Thank you, Daniel. But yeah, my final thoughts on that is just that violence never solves anything. If you don't like someone's joke, you can talk to them about that calmly and sensibly. I don't like your joke because that's the thing with comedy. It's like, yeah, you might offend to an extent, but how far is too far? And that's kind of a delicate, fine line that comedians often have to navigate. And it can be hard as a comedian to try to figure out how to navigate that fine line of pushing boundaries without overly offending. And you don't want to hurt people, right? But you want to get people laughing and get people thinking. But, comedy is a tricky, tricky art, so it can be tough to figure out that fine line. And again, I think that joke was distasteful and lame. I think it was a really lame joke, but that doesn't mean he deserves to be punched or assaulted. Right, I agree, Mopar. Lisa Lamponelli. She's so raunchy. I'll have to check her out because, you know, in the world of stand-up comedy, it's still dominated by men. So I'll have to check her out. Thank you for sharing, Swift. Comedy's subjective. What's funny to one person won't be funny to the other. Yeah, it could be very likely a publicity stunt. We don't know. Thank you, Dante. You stay cool too. Yeah, so I need to go prepare for my next class I'm teaching. Then I also have to memorize lines for an audition later. But that's my closing statements on the the Chris Rock, Will Smith. Yeah, I agree, Mopar. Stand-up comedy is tough to navigate, especially because now people are so easily offended. But comedy is also sort of like free speech, you know. If you don't like what someone's saying, that doesn't mean you have the right to punch them. Maybe talk to them about that instead of punching them. That's what I have to say. All right, well, it's been fun chatting, guys. I will be back Thursday at 12 p.m. for another dynamic Vinyasa yoga sequence. Take care, Swift. Take care, Edge. Take care, everyone. Stay healthy out there. Bye, DFKG. Thanks for swinging in. All right, signing off for now. Namaste. Bye, everybody.